WWE is going retro on Saturday with Saturday night's main event making its return. Obviously, this is one of 4 shows that they're doing in a year, although technically they're doing only 3 next year because we're in 2024, next year's 2025. They probably mean the WWE calendar year, let's be honest. So let's go over my predictions. We're going to break down the matches. Let's go. And if you do enjoy this video, do hit that like button for me, please. Very much appreciated. And also, if you aren't subscribed, which 88% of you aren't, hit that subscribe button for me. Thank you. Alright, so let's start off with the most recent confirmation of a match, which is Sami Zayn against Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Drew upset that Sami has gone running back to the Bloodline. He's kind of upset that the Bloodline's even a thing anymore. Doesn't seem to be too upset with the Timu Bloodline, though. But even though Solo is the one that, you know, cost him the championship at Clash of the Castle. But anyway, I'm sure we'll get to that eventually. Obviously, this match came about because Drew returned the other week and Claymore kicked Sami Zayn. And then this past Monday, he then attacked him. As far as who wins, I see a few outcomes that are possible. Either Drew and Sami have a really back and forth match and Drew ends up coming out on top. Or I do see Sami Zayn maybe getting a roll-up win. And then, you know, maybe Drew starts to attack him after the match. Who comes down? None other than main event Jey Uso. Because obviously, remember, Drew confirmed that he did attack Jey. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. That's probably the direction I'm leaning, if I'm honest. But to be fair, it could happen with either outcome. Like, even if Drew just wins clean and, you know, that's that, he could still attack Sami after the match. So, I mean, as far as who wins, I'm probably going to lean Drew just because he lost to Punk and he's going to need to bounce back. So I would probably say Drew McIntyre is going to win this. But I'm 99% sure that either way we get Jey Uso coming out to save Sami Zayn after a post-match beatdown by Drew. Up next, we don't actually know who's going to be in this match, but it's the finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament. So we find that out tomorrow as I'm recording this. We'll find out who's going to be at Saturday Night's main event in this match on SmackDown. So yeah, I would like to see Michin win this though. I hope she progresses, and I would like to see Michin personally win it. I think it'd make the most sense. I know a lot of people want Chelsea Green to win. I wouldn't mind it. You know, I'm not going to be down on anyone who wins this, but I do think Michin has put in a hell of a lot of work. Hasn't really been given a chance in WWE yet. I think this could be the perfect chance for her. But equally, Chelsea Green also does this. Look, all the women deserve it, right? But Chelsea Green deserves it just because since she's come back, she's been so entertaining. I mean, honestly, her matches might not be like 5-star bangers, but you're entertained throughout, you know? So my pick would be Michin for this, but obviously we don't know who's in the match yet. She might not even make it past SmackDown tomorrow, so we'll wait and see, but I would like to see Michin win that tournament. Then we've got IYO SKY challenging for the Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan. I know a lot of people are desperate for Liv Morgan to lose, mainly Rhea Ripley fans, but even still, personally, there's going to be a lot of outside interference. A lot of outside interference. On Liv's side, it's going to be Raquel, you would think, and then maybe Rhea comes down. Like, I do see a scenario where Rhea accidentally costs IYO, and then that's maybe how we fill sometime. Because it looks like Rhea versus Liv is going to happen at Mania, if anything. So then Rhea wins the championship back at WrestleMania. That seems to be the direction we're going. I know people are already kind of over this feud, but I mean, me personally, I do think that some fans just kind of contradict themselves all the time, because you've got a lot of people, me included, saying, you know, we want long-term storytelling for the women, right? And look, I still think there needs to be improvement. Sure, there needs to be more of them, but this has been a long-term storytelling story. You know, I can English. There's been a lot of long-term storytelling within the Judgment Day in general, and that's going to continue. But then you also then have it where you're in the middle of a long-term story, and then you get fans turning on it and saying, oh no, we're sick of this. It's like, I don't know, people be people. But yeah, I do see a scenario where IYO gets cost the title by Rhea, and then maybe we see Rhea have issues with damage control as a whole. But yeah, I do see a scenario where IYO gets costed the championship by Rhea on accident. Yeah, I don't know. Equally, I can just see Raquel coming out and just a lot of interference, maybe disqualification. I don't know. It's kind of hard to call in a way, but I'm going to lean Liv Morgan retains. Pretty much just based off the fact that Triple H is probably looking at the reaction Liv's getting, and he's probably like, well, she is a heel. So, if we can just keep adding fuel to the fire, you know, keep her as champion, the more people get annoyed, when she finally does lose the belt to Rhea at Mania, it will be a massive pop, you know? Triple H is smart, man. Like, he really thinks about this stuff. And then up next, we have Gunther against Finn Bálor against Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. My God, I'm praying for Gunther to lose here. I don't care if it's Finn, even though I don't think he deserves it in storyline. Outside of storyline, he absolutely deserves it. Priest, I would not mind another run. But I think it's too soon. I don't think they'll give it to him. I think realistically it's Gunther or Finn that really stand a chance of winning this match, to be completely honest. Not to say that Damian has zero chance, but it's a little bit less likely. I do really like how this build has kind of taken two separate feuds and merged them into one. Like, I do think that's kind of cool. Like, it's more intricate storytelling, you know? Obviously, we started with Gunther against Priest. Priest came up short. He ended up losing because Finn screwed him. And we all thought that if it was just Gunther versus Finn, that Damian was going to do the same. So I'm kind of glad that... I don't think anyone really thought there was going to be a triple threat match. So I'm kind of glad they've gone this way because it just adds a bit more to it. You know what I mean? As far as who I think is going to win... See, I really do think Gunther is overrated and just kind of basic in ring. I've said this for a while. I've had the hate for it. I'm not changing my opinion. I'm not just going to try and fit in. I think he's massively overhyped. He's quite basic in ring. I would like to see Finn as world champion, but I think as a heel and in storyline, I don't think he's done much to deserve it. Now, obviously, Finn Bálor as a human, you know, outside of storyline, absolutely deserves it. He should have been champion long time ago. I don't know why WWE never put the belt back on him. Obviously, he won the Universal Championship, had to relinquish it the next night because he got injured. But, yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had Finn Bálor have a couple of title reigns here and there, to be honest. But I do think Gunther is going to retain. I do think they're really going to try and push this as far as possible, like they did with the Intercontinental Championship. I do hope he doesn't hold it for, like, a stupid amount of days. Like, I really hope that we're not ending up in, like, a Roman situation with Gunther, you know what I mean? Like, Roman I like as a character and as a wrestler. He's one of my favourites. But if Gunther is going to do a similar thing and hold the title for, like, over 1,000 days, 2,000 days, 3,000 days, you know, Christ, no thanks. No thanks. I would rather pierce my own eyeballs with needles. And then we get to the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed Championship. Now, I'll be honest, I do think Cody probably retains because he's kind of in his John Cena era right now, which I'm so here for. But I would not hate Kevin Owens winning this. Because, to be honest, like Triple H, for example, when he came out and had that promo with Randy Orton, and Triple H came out and said, look, Randy, I'm not protecting Kevin from you, I'm protecting you from Kevin. It really emphasised that Kevin Owens is different to what he's been in WWE. Like, it's a different version of him, right? He might look similar, talk similar, and, you know, wrestle similar, but he's not afraid to take it to that next level. Triple H really put him over on that, and really tried to enforce that, like, Kevin Owens is more vicious than he's ever been. And then, obviously, with the pile driver spot as well, like, I would not be surprised if Cody loses here, to be honest. I mean, look, maybe there's a twist, maybe Randy Orton comes out, screws Cody, but I don't see why that would happen. I know some people have that theory, but I don't know why that would happen, because we've seen all the looks that Randy was giving Cody and looking at the championship and all of that. So why would he then screw Cody out of the championship? It doesn't really make sense. And obviously there is now speculation, and it's pretty much confirmed that Cody will be actually coming out with the Winged Eagle Championship rather than the Undisputed Championship. It's the same belt, different design, but you know what I mean. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Obviously, it's before my time, but I know how iconic the Winged Eagle is. And obviously, with this being a retro kind of throwback PLE, not really PLE, yeah, it'll be a really cool moment. And to be honest, I would not hate Kevin Owens winning, but I do think Cody retains just because, again, there's feuds down the line that we can do. You know, for example, the Randy feud, right? The Rock, whenever he decides to come back. Now that Mania is kind of in question again and we don't know if Rock's going to be around, you got to start looking at other options. So maybe it's Randy, maybe it's CM Punk, you know, with the blooming transfer window thing coming up and all of that. Who knows, man? It could genuinely be anyone, but I would not be surprised if Kevin Owens won, and I wouldn't be down on it. But I do think Cody Rhodes retains. So obviously, just some quick information about the event. The event's going to be broadcast on NBC and Peacock in the US. In the UK, it's being streamed on WWE's YouTube channel. I don't know how they're streaming it to just one part of the world, but apparently that's possible. And yeah, I don't actually know the start time in the UK. I believe it'll be like normal as like Raw and SmackDown and normal PLE. So I'm thinking midnight, it'll be the kickoff show, the pre-show, whatever you want to call it. Then 1 a.m, it will then go into the actual show. But it starts at 8 p.m. ET, so for all of you American people, it's pretty much normal time, I think. But yeah, be sure to leave your predictions down in the comments below. And like I said earlier, if you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.